Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our channel. Let's analyze tomorrow's markets and understand where support and resistance is for Nifty and Bank Nifty. Let's start off with Bank Nifty first. Bank Nifty had given a gap up opening of around 200-300 points where it had opened around its resistance at 47, 700, 800. After the first 15-minute candle, the sellers were activated and it had engulfed the entire candle. But there was no follow through after the sell off, after the selling, and immediately we saw a buying momentum where it hit its next resistance around 47,900 and 48,000. At its intraday high, Bank Nifty was up by 1%. After that, we saw some consolidation and Bank Nifty being range bound around this level at 47,800, which was its previous resistance. It had broken and it was trying to take support until new buyers join in. But the whole scenario failed and we saw a breakdown again where we saw a sharp sell off from 47,800 till 47,200, which was a 600 point fall. If we move on to Bank Nifty's OI, with the support at 47,500 has now shifted to 47,000 if you look carefully. But at 47,000, there's not much put OI to support and PCR is still bearish. And even when Bank Nifty had given a gap up opening and it had rallied upside, the OI and change in OI were still bearish. So if you look at the upside resistances, the support at 47,500 has now turned into a resistance and will be resistance for the following trading sessions until unless it gives a gap up opening above this level. There are smaller resistances at 47,300 and 47,400. If we come back to our chart, the next support, if Bank Nifty opens flat and gives a breakdown, there is a major support around 47,000 and 46,900. But if this level fails and there is the selling continues, then the next major support is at 46,700. On the upside, like we just saw in the OI, that 47,500, which was our previous support and a major demand zone, will act as a resistance from here on. If Bank Nifty opens flat and moves upside, then we could see Bank Nifty taking, or we can see Bank Nifty taking a resistance at 47,500. On the upside, if we see a gap up opening again in the following trading session or in tomorrow's trading session, then the sellers who had shorted in today's trading session will square off immediately and we could see a buying momentum again above 48,000. So all these small levels at 47,700, 47,800 would be volatile as there are good amount of buyers and sellers available at this level. So we could see a sideways momentum around 47,700 and 47,800. If we move on to Nifty, Nifty 2 had given a huge gap up opening of around 150 points after from yesterday's closing, and just like Bank Nifty, Nifty 2 in the second candle in 15-minute time frame had engulfed its first candle. Then Nifty took support at 21,600, which we had discussed in yesterday's trading session that this would be a resistance. But since it had given a gap up opening, it took support right at 21,600, and we saw upside momentum where even Nifty was up by 1% at its intraday high until we saw Nifty along with Bank Nifty fall, give a sharp fall. If we move on to Nifty's OI, 21,500 strike is still looking like a good support as Nifty's closing today is somewhere around the same level. So 21,500 is still looking like a good support. On the higher side, 21,600, which turned into support in today's trading session, has now gone back to being a resistance and 21,650, 21,700 a major resistance for Nifty. On the downside, if Nifty breaks 21,500 in tomorrow's trading session, then the next support is at 21,400 and directly at 21,200. If we move on, if we come back to our charts, same 21,500 still looking like a major demand zone. But if Nifty starts trading below 21,500 or 21,450, then the next support on the chart is around 2160 or 21,360, 370, around these levels. On the higher side, like we saw in the OI, 21,600 will act like a major resistance and then directly around 21,700. We could see major buying only about 21,750. So this will be our analysis for tomorrow's trading session. Thank you.